Hello and welcome to today's how-to, all about how to do abdominal curls. Often these exercises are called crunches. However, the way that I like to teach it is so that there's nothing crunchy about it. And instead, we're working out in a way that encourages a flatter, stronger stomach, while at the same time relaxing the lower back, the hips, the neck, and the shoulders. And the secret really lies in the technique, body awareness, and the breath. And so I'm really excited to share my expertise about all of that with you here in this video. Now, I know that abdominal exercises are often not everyone's favorite thing to do. However, they're a really important part of developing core strength. And core strength is so important for protecting the lower back and the hips, and really for bringing more power and more ease into the whole body from the inside out. As always, I encourage you to do this workout with me so that you can feel the technique in your body as I'm explaining it, so that you can recall it. And so every time that you exercise, you have even better results. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'll get you to come to lying down with your feet flat on the floor, knees bent and straight up to the ceiling, and just bring anything underneath your head, neck, or shoulders that you like to make it feel more comfortable. I have a towel underneath my head, so whatever works best for you. And we're going to practice connecting to the abdominals just with the breath. Now, normally when we're breathing in and out, there's a natural rising and falling of the belly. And while that's very relaxing, and we do want to relax, we also want to strengthen the abdominals in this exercise. So instead of letting the stomach rise and fall, if you can imagine that you have a seat belt and you're pulling it tight across your hips to engage the deep abdominal muscles, or you could imagine that you're drawing your navel towards your spine. And so instead of letting the stomach rise and fall with your breath, we're going to breathe into the bottom ribs. So if you can bring your hands to the bottom of your ribs, and as you breathe in, widen them out to the side. If you can imagine that your ribs are like an accordion, expanding out to the side as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're squeezing the ribs to close. You're closing the accordion and tightening the navel towards the spine and the seatbelt even more. Okay, so breathing into the bottom of the ribs, widening them out to the side like an accordion expanding. And breathing out, squeezing the ribs to close, drawing the navel towards the spine and tightening the seatbelt even more. And just continue breathing in this way into the bottom ribs, widening, not letting the stomach rise. And breathing out, squeezing the ribs to close, drawing the navel to spine, drawing the seatbelt tight even more. Okay, so not sucking in. We're not breathing up shallowly into the neck and shoulders. In fact, you could be feeling that as you're breathing out, you're relaxing your chest at the same time as you're squeezing your ribs to close, relaxing the neck and shoulders. And we're also not gripping into the hips. So not clenching the glutes, not tensing into the hips. Really relax them and just try to isolate the feeling, even if it's subtle, of just pulling the navel in towards the spine or tightening the abdominal seatbelt. And this way of breathing, you could be using not just when we're doing the abdominal curls, but every time that you exercise, so that as you're breathing, you're training the abdominals to fire while at the same time relaxing your neck, your shoulders, and your hips. So once more, we're breathing into the bottom of the ribs, widening them out to the side, not letting the belly rise. And breathing out, squeezing the ribs to close, navel to spine, tightening the seatbelt. And once more, breathing into the bottom ribs, widening them out to the side. Breathing out, relaxing the chest and shoulders, squeezing the ribs to close, drawing the navel towards the spine. Excellent. And so now we're going to take this breath technique into the abdominal curls. So I'll get you to interlace your hands together underneath your head and lift your elbows so you can see them in the corner of your eye. Not too wide, not too close, just in the corner. And we're going to set up the ideal position for the head and the neck. So I want you to lengthen the back of the neck and slightly tilt your chin in as though you're slightly stretching the back of your neck. You're making it longer. And we're going to keep this position of the head and the neck as you exhale and peel yourself up. And inhale as you peel yourself down. Okay, so that as you're curling up, you're not letting your chin jut forward and tightening the back of the neck,
and you're not pushing your chin down and overstretching the back of the neck. You're keeping the back of the neck long and your chin slightly tilted in, and you're holding that position, that distance, as you're curling up and curling down. So nothing changes there. Okay? And then I want you to think of this exercise like we're lifting weights, and the abdominals are doing the weightlifting, and the head is the weight. So the more relaxed you can be through your head, neck, and shoulders, not only is it going to be better for this whole area, but it means we're going to be able to strengthen the abdominals even more. So I want you to begin the exercise by, with the exhale, breathing out as you squeeze the ribs together and down and tightening the seatbelt. And about halfway through your breath out is when your head, neck, and shoulders start to curl up. And then inhaling into the bottom of the ribs as you're coming down. Okay, so there's a delay. You're not lifting the head right away. Okay, you breathe in and stay. And as you breathe out, start to feel the abdominals contract, the ribs contract, and about halfway through your breath out, you peel the head, neck, and shoulders up, and inhale as you peel back down. And then just continue at your own breath pace, setting up your head and neck position. You breathe out, relaxing the chest, squeezing the ribs, drawing the navel in, and feeling the head, neck, and shoulders peel up, and inhaling as you lengthen back down. And as you're curling yourself up, just notice that your abdominals are trying to stay flat. You're keeping that feeling of the seatbelt across your hips, and that you're not coming up too high and letting the abdominals dome or the hips grip, because if that happens, they're going to stay that way. And we want to train instead in a way where we're keeping the abdominals flat, like that seatbelt, and relaxing the hips. So it means that you might not be able to curl up as high, but that's fine. You're going to get better results of a stronger core of the deep abdominals and keeping the rest of the body relaxed. And that's what we want. So we'll just do a few more. You're exhaling to nod your chin in, to relax your chest, squeeze the ribs together and down, and inhaling to lengthen back down. Okay, breathing out, starting with the breath, letting the head, neck, and shoulders follow, and inhaling as you lengthen back down. And breathing out, feeling the core muscles fire. So they're holding the weight of the head, neck, and shoulders. Inhaling down for one more. Breathing out, feeling the abdominal muscles stay flat, the shoulders stay relaxed, and inhaling back down. Fabulous work. And so the final phase that we're going to do is challenge the abdominals, not only to hold the weight of the upper body, but also to hold the weight of the lower body as we extend one leg out to 45 degrees and alternate from side to side. Okay, so because of this added challenge of the lower body, I want to protect the lower back even more by flattening the lower back into the floor so it's in complete contact with the ground. So I want you to use your deep abdominals, drawing the navel towards the spine to flatten the back completely into the floor, not gripping your hips or pushing with your glutes to press your lower back down. Try to isolate those deep abdominals, drawing the navel towards the spine to press the lower back into the floor, and then just check that you can lift one leg up into the air, bent, keeping the lower back into the floor, and then just take a deep breath out, drawing your navel in, and seeing if you can bring the other leg up to join it, keeping your lower back in contact with the floor. Now, if you've noticed that your lower back is lifting, then what I'm going to suggest is that you do a simpler version where you're still going to keep your lower back pressed into the floor, but will exhale as you extend one leg out to 45 degrees, inhaling to return, and then exhaling to extend the other leg out, and that you stay with that version. And we're actually going to start with that, and then for all of us, and then we'll progress for those of us that it's appropriate for, to the more advanced version where we have both legs in the air
extending one leg out at a time. And you can see that I'm doing this with my head down, which you're welcome to do if your head, neck, and shoulders are feeling fatigued. Okay, so feel free to stay that way, or if you're going to bring the head, neck, and shoulders up, let's start together. Hands are interlaced underneath your head, elbows lifted in the corner of your eye. Find your head and neck position, just slightly tilting your chin and lengthening the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale into the bottom of the ribs. Exhale to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Squeeze the ribs, draw the navel towards the spine, and peel the head, neck, and shoulders up. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, flatten your lower back down. Draw your navel in towards your spine even more. And we'll start with the simpler version. So we're inhaling to prepare and exhaling as you extend one leg out to 45 degrees. Inhaling to return and exhaling as you extend the other leg out to 45 degrees. Inhale, return, and just continue at your own breath pace. Just seeing that you're keeping your navel in towards your spine. You're not letting the stomach muscles dome up, and you're holding the lower back flat. And that it's like the abdominals are really taking the weight of the leg. That you can feel the leg muscles are just floating up, that they're not working. Okay, so if that's going well and you want to advance, then bring the legs up one at a time, starting off with them bent, and just really feel that lower back staying flat. And as you exhale, you're extending one leg out to 45 degrees, breathing in to return, and breathing out as you change. And breathing in to return. Always starting with the breath, squeezing the ribs in, drawing the navel in, and breathing in to return. Breathing out as you relax your chest, relax your shoulders, and breathing into return. Okay, feeling the core muscles stay really solid all the time and just really keeping your focus there. So the legs are not really that important. It's just like they're floating in space. If you feel excess tension in your head, neck, and shoulders, you can lower your head down. And we'll just do one more to each side. So breathing out as you squeeze your ribs together, draw your navel in, breathing into return. And once you're even through your sides, you can lower your head down, land your legs down, and just gently roll your head from side to side. And just gently roll your legs from side to side, just congratulating yourself for a job well done. All right, I hope you found this workout interesting and useful, and that you maybe even learned how to enjoy or at least appreciate abdominal exercises just a little bit more. And if you did find this workout valuable, I invite you to give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more how-tos, and to share it with those whom you think might benefit. And in the description to this video, you'll see a link to the Fully Embodied Fitness workout series, where I guide you through a series of full body workouts designed to improve and increase strength, especially core strength, flexibility, balance, posture, coordination, and overall body connection. So if feeling more fully embodied sounds interesting to you, I invite you to check that out. Until the next time, I'm wishing you well. Take good care.